Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Rowan, Lyranwitch. I'm here today with another collective message. Welcome back if you are one of my returning subscribers. I love y'all, and if you're new, welcome, and I hope you stay and get what you need from this channel. My goal here is always to promote peace and love, and also to connect with the divine, to help you connect to the divine on your own terms, and for the betterment of the planet and the animals, okay? So today we're going to be getting into a crow message. I channel in messages from the animal kingdom, be they in bodies, out of bodies, or their ascended counterparts. Today we're going to be doing a crow message. For those of you who are new here, the crows are the animal informants that come through and give messages about the goings on and about the things that light workers need to know that are messed up on this planet that we're here to either dismantle, work through, transmute, all that good stuff that we are awesome at doing. Now, I've channeled in most of this message, so before I read the cards that I just pulled, we are going to be getting into it. The first thing, though, is this message is about a King of Wands that had to stop all of the leadership actions that he was doing for a cult following. This is about somebody who was very abusive to the people in his life, which may be you, viewer. I'm kind of getting that sense, but we'll see. This is somebody who was a very loud, adamant voice in his community, a very dark community, and has now had to completely disappear. Okay? This person had to disappear himself. He literally had to leave the situation he was in for many reasons, one of which is persecution. But let me tell you what's going on with it. So let me give you the channeled message. The other day I heard this. This person may be at a hotel or a long-term stay, off and on. This person is on the run and or in hiding. They may have recently purchased a truck camper. They were showing me a mustard yellow, like, vintage truck camper. And this person is currently in New Mexico. I heard that very clearly. This person is in the desert right now, specifically New Mexico, in the boonies. They're hiding. Whenever this person was, in this King of Wands energy in their community, I was hearing he's a mover. I heard a voice telling me he's a mover. And what that means is he made people get situations moving for his employer. If somebody wasn't paying, if somebody wasn't doing what they were supposed to do, and it was taking too long, he'd show up. They showed me brass knuckles. You get what I'm saying. Spirit started showing me Twin Peaks. If you guys are familiar with Twin Peaks, the show from the 90s, there was an abusive, like, husband character named Leo who had a girlfriend who worked at a diner, and they kept, like, connecting this person that I'm channeling, this King of Wands character, to Leo. So I'm going to refer to him as Leo from now on. This person may be a Leo, but I don't think that's super relevant here. We'll see. It'll be up to you. Trust your discernment as always with these readings. If this one isn't for you, trust that. Not every message is going to be for you. This is for somebody, though. All right? So, Leo Johnson was the name of the character in Twin Peaks, and his girlfriend was named Shelley. In Twin Peaks, Shelley was having an affair with somebody else's boyfriend, okay? And, the Shelley character, the girlfriend, was, like, a nice person, like a kind person, but all of the men she was attracted to were criminals, like known criminals in the community. And everybody sort of knew that about her. This person may have dropped out. The girl may have dropped out to marry this guy. The guy is significantly older than her. They kept showing me a washer on the porch, which is relevant for the show because they used the washer on the porch to later wash blood out of clothes, okay? Because this man committed a crime, and offed somebody, all right? So that happened with this man. Like, that's why this King of Wands is on the run. He disappeared the wrong person, is what I'm hearing. And this person either has a 666 tattoo, or you might be seeing 666 if this is your story and you know who these people are, and this is relevant. This man, they're saying, was a Levian Satanist, but he didn't follow like the normal tenets that they follow. Because their normal tenets are not the worst thing out there. I will say that. There's some really dark, horrible people on this planet, and surprisingly, they are not some of the worst, as Spirit has showed it to me and as I've understood it. Because they're like, a lot of them are kind of lost, is what I get from it. You know, especially the ones who are atheists and just don't think there's anything out there and follow those tenets from that. A lot of them just are sort of in this limbo, is how Spirit has always showed me. But this person is not a follower of those rules. I'm hearing they had a cult following, which is why they're showing up as the King of Wands here. All right. But the reason, as I said, that they had to go away is because the cult that they were creating or had created was doing some really weird stuff for a specific deity. I use deity in air quotes here because this is an energy that is extremely dark. This is like not even worshiping the devil or something. This is like something totally off kilter. Like this man, this King of Wands, Leo, whoever, is basically like a channeler. So if you did meet this person may have been highly spiritual in a benign direction at one point in his life and just veered left at some point. I feel like in high school, if you knew this person in high school, they were definitely like not a bad person. And some stuff went very south for them with their family and they cracked. Okay. Now, the thing that this guy's channeling, I'm hearing, is more of like a negative ET type of energy, like almost archonic, like this archon energy. If you don't know what that means, it's worth a Google. There are some people who talk about archons. I don't take a lot of them for every detail because I think there's a lot of starseed channelers that are off doing some crazy stuff, but you'll at least get the sense of what I'm talking about. Archons are more of like an inorganic energy, meaning they harvest from other organic beings, okay? Now, that's what this guy's working with. That's what this cult is working with. And it's like he was seeing that he could collect energy. Like they're showing me this fool collecting other people's energy in this bag, right? And these are his followers, like following him off the cliff, right? And he really did see people as livestock that he could harvest from, which is really weird. Um, he didn't feel that ascended humans were able to gather energy without an outside source. Like he felt completely disempowered and weakened in his family unit, wherever he came from, whatever went south for him. And because of this wounding, he was convinced that he had to go through these or follow the footsteps of these archonic forces, which actually a lot of men specifically go down this path in various degrees of the occult, okay? And there's a lot of left-hand pathers that are fine people, like, you know, that are doing good, actually. I've seen that before. If you know, you know. But there are people who are left-hand path who are just absolutely horrible and doing nothing but destruction for the planet. And just like building up karma for themselves and everybody else. You know, he used to be like a King of Pentacles or a Queen of Pentacles character, and this is actually reversed for him. And he actually, in his romantic partners, would seek out Queen of Pentacles type of women to date or to be in long-term relationships with. He may have had multiple partners as well. If you were somebody who was with this person or involved with them romantically, I do feel like you're out now, whoever you are, and you were this Queen of Pentacles whenever you met him, and he's been harvesting, like harnessing your energy in some way. So there's a lot of cord cutting either to be done here or that you're already doing in progress now. If you haven't cut cords in this person, absolutely do that, okay? I think that goes without saying. This person is a biker. This was verified to me. Definitely verified physically. I actually had a run-in with some people who were riding bikes right after that, okay? So this person's a biker. That's a part of this cult following. and that those are the kind of people that this person was attracting. That's the dogs following him off the cliff. Okay. Now let's see what else Spirit wants to say. They're bringing my attention to the camper again. There's something about the camper here because this man is isolated now. He is not. He's like lost so much of his power because so much of his power was drawn from other people, both in the cult thing and from those around him. And literally, he can't even be around people anymore. This man might have had a mole in his group. This is something that came up. I better cover this up for YouTube. This deck is a little spicy. But this man had a mole in his group that outed him for a crime that they all committed. For whatever reason, I believe that the justice system knew of this person and came in. Yeah, they knew about them. High Priestess. They came in and used all the tools available in their community to infiltrate this group, to basically take this man star power away in the community, because this guy was involved in a lot of local businesses, not monetarily, but like this group, a lot of like members that were trusted members of this group were in the greater community, and he could go basically to a lot of different kinds of places and say, hey, I need a favor. Hey, I need you to do this. Hey, I need you to tell this person this. And they would do that for him, right? So he is now coming up in this Three of Wands energy, right? He really had to make a lot of things move and rely on his luck, because I see Jupiter here, in order to get unstuck from being outed by this mole. Like, he went to a lot of these people who he knew in local businesses and was like, you got to get me out of here. We didn't know this guy was a mole. He's been with us for 2-3 years. I think they knew of this person for 2 or 3 years, but in the last year that they knew them, 1 year I'm hearing, is when this person like became an active member of whatever weird community this was. And it's either that I feel like this is a male, like a man that was involved in this group, and it's like the man wasn't the mole, his wife was, because I do have the Empress here. The wife didn't want any part of this anymore. She was cutting these people off, because I see a bloody sickle here, and she's like dropping things into the water, like she's done. She's birthing something new for herself. She is aware of these people being magicians, and she was aware of the energy harvest. She was at one point a high priestess in reverse herself, and she wanted out. Because karma is coming for a lot of people, and true high priestesses, whether or not they are in the reverse, do get the messages when they happen. It's just some of them have a lot more ego than others. Some, like this high priestess in reverse, will actually get the message and be like, I gotta get my shit together and be done with it, even if they are on a very dark path. Some people do get the message, and I feel like this woman got the message and hung up the phone and was done. But actually, I got this message about there being a mole in this group because I was receiving this message from Spirit, and as I was walking, I like started walking and found a dead mole in the middle of the path, middle of the road where I was, and it was like a really big mole. I was like, I've never even seen a mole just like dead in the middle of the road. It was really weird. That doesn't happen in that area. It was strange. It was just I've gotten a lot of like physical messages about this. So if you are in any way like tied to this energy, you may see physical things that show up, because this entity thing that they were working with, this archon crap, wow, literally look, it can move things in the physical world. Okay, so they would actually harness from this thing. Yeah, look, King of Pentacles, you can't make it up. That's the physical world. That's stuff in reality. They could make towers happen for people very physically. They could make people get into car crashes. They worked a lot with like cars. Like there was a lot of automotive type of businesses, industries tied in with this person. especially locally. Like, this is local level. I don't feel like this group extended past their local communities, okay? Maybe tri-state area, but no further than that. And I think that's just by virtue of how many people this guy knew. Yeah, he had a lot of options, a lot of people he knew. But the thing is, like, when it came down to it, and when it came down to this man, we'll get to what actually happened with this plot that they had against somebody else, where they physically made a sacrifice to this being. But it was after he made this sacrifice that people started seeing, okay, we really can't even trust this guy. Because I feel like the reason that this mole, his wife, turned on this group is because of a physical sacrifice that was made. Again, talking about that washer and cleaning up the evidence, right? Really trying to be more careful about how I word things for YouTube. But there was somebody that they took down that people liked this person, and they're like, why that guy? Like, why is that? And it's literally because this King of Wands thought that this person was going to usurp his position in some way, especially like financially. Spirit, please tell me about this sacrifice. Okay, the person that was sacrificed was a woman, they're saying, and it was this person's partner. That's why they couldn't trust them anymore. Like, that's why the other people in the community were like, okay, this is definitely, like, I don't know how they didn't know this earlier, to be honest with you. Like, these people are so dark, but like, we have this, like, King of Wands character literally sacrificing his partner as an offering to this thing. And people are like, well, if he doesn't take care of his partner, like, I'm out, They don't want anything to do with it. They see that they need to balance their situation and get the hell out, because this guy is a Dark Emperor. He's just about the control. He's just about gaining it for himself. And that's why he got sent on the run ultimately, because these people knew they couldn't trust him. And he kind of, in the heat of the moment, like, did something while this group was gathered, while they were having their weird, like, outdoor ritual thing with the fire. This person did this stuff pretty much against the will of the group, and they were like, okay, we either need to leave this guy out in the cold, or we need to leave ourselves out in the cold. We are done. This is very dark energy. I don't enjoy channeling these type of energies, but I'm obedient to spirit because there's somebody here who needs to know about this, who's not sure if they're reading the situation right. That's why spirit is having me channel this, okay? And it also gives you some insight into how these groups form, because there's a lot of cults and, like, very negative covens that are really beginning to have infighting now. The reason they're beginning to have infighting is because, like, they literally can't take advice from source on how to move forward. Like, they're getting this divine guidance, and they don't have the strength to make the changes in their lives that they need to make. They're not going into this, like, hangman mode that they should be, and getting the wisdom they need. Like, this is purely laziness. And what this does is, it's like Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Like, they're having some issues because of it. They're getting kicked out and losing their positions in their weird little groups. They really thought they were gonna, like, take over the world. Like, these people are completely delusional. They thought they were gonna take over the world. Keep in mind, these people are like mechanics, like, work at a bank as a teller. Like, they're not they have these illusions of grandeur that are just ridiculous, make no sense, because they think that by cooperating with these entities, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna get everything I've ever wanted. Wow. Like, are you kidding? This is, like, so laughable and strange. And those of us who are, like, tapped into the divine, like, know that you have to go through your karmic lessons, because getting your karma or getting your lessons and the ability to make changes to heal yourself, it's never fun, but it's a privilege because you get to fix things for yourself and those around you, and you don't have to like run around like trying to balance things that are like harming you the whole time. These people are so lazy. These people are cutting out people they love who had nothing but good intentions for them because they don't want to deal with it, because they're in this like reverse page energy. And a lot of these people in this group did that at the advice of this person. They literally thought this was some sort of like infernal divine channel. Super weird. Like, they really thought this person had a telephone to the other side that they didn't have, and to some degree that's true, but this person had no discernment of what would actually be of assistance to anybody, because he's only channeling what's going to give him the most power and then telling them like bits and pieces, meanwhile plotting their demise. Just completely crazy, right? I am curious because I really don't care for channeling these messages, but this came through so strongly the other day. Like, I actually sat on this message for a few days, because it is really exhausting to channel this dark of an energy. But Spirit, I'd like to know, like, why does the collective specifically need to know this story? Okay, there is somebody here who was recently, somebody reached out to whoever is getting this message or meant to get this message. They got a message of concern from somebody related to this group. And this is because the entities in this group are trying to like recruit you back into being involved with these people in some way. This seems like some kind of karmics listening to my channel. Like, if you guys are in some way being swayed by this, I hope you are. Get your shit together. Like, no matter where you came from, I hope you get your shit together, because there are some people who watch this channel specifically because they targeted me and did a lot to me, and I hope you get your shit together, because like, you not having the strength, you not having the strength to do what you need to do in this lifetime only hurts you. I'm protected, baby. Like, like, you need to decide what you want to do. It's truly up to you, but the equilibrium is not going to happen. You have to make it happen. Your whole money, house, everything's going to fall apart if you don't. All right? Yeah. People are going to stop giving to you because you are still chained to your old beliefs. You can't make it up. Like, you just waiting for these things to happen and your manifestations to come in through your spell work, through your little occult rituals. It's not working that way anymore. Like, you've gotten this message so many times. You're still going to have to make up for the things you've done, especially if you were actually involved with this group. Like, good luck, right? Like, you're going to have some fucking lessons. But I really hope that you get help, if you are part of this. And if you were on the fringes and you weren't actually, like, directly involved in this group, you need to quit paying attention to these people in any way. You really do. Like, there's somebody here as well. Whoever you are, I think I know who you are, but there's somebody here who is way too focused on this group, and it is your attention to them that is continuing to involve you in their energy. Your attention directly feeds the cord they have to you. The cord was made because you had an interest in these people's darkness, and you need to stop. There's a lot of page energy coming up here. Like, realize you are not as powerful as this group made you think you were, or these people made you think you were. You really need to humble yourself, because the divine has a lot of emotional lessons they're going to teach you. And they're saying, we're going to teach you no matter what. So it's just, do you want to get on the train willingly, or do you want the SWAT team to drag you? Seriously. They're saying, like, they have a commitment. I'm literally seeing the Justice Angels right now. They're saying, we have a commitment to making sure that things are in order, and you've been out of order for a long time. There's also the spirit of this woman that you guys, whoever you were, did something to. She's throwing stuff in somebody's house. She is making sure she's working with the Justice Angels. You picked the wrong one. This was somebody who, she wasn't on the right path, clearly, but it's because she got duped. That doesn't give her full... Oh my goodness, this whole group is a mess. Her being duped doesn't make it okay that she was part of this, but there were a lot of things she didn't understand and didn't know, and she was young, and you know that. Yep, better get it together. You better get it together, whoever you are. You know, you already know. I'm just being obedient and delivering the messages. It's coming. Karma is coming. And for those of you who are watching because you are victims of this group in some way, that's coming. Like, have faith. Know that these attacks are, this is like the last of a lot of this spell work petering out. Okay? The angels are taking care of it. Like, this is multi-purpose. This energy here is multi-purpose. You're gonna see one last flare up or one last, what's the energy? How do I explain this? Whenever somebody casts a spell, especially like any kind of baneful magic, there's gonna be a trigger. It works like a machine. That's how spell work is. And there has to be like something that happens to trigger the baneful spell to occur. And once you figure out what that trigger point is, you know, it could be every time I get money, I lose the money. It could be every time I start to do well, I get sick. You know, whatever it is for you. Figure out what that trigger point is. It's going to occur one more time. Don't be swayed by it emotionally. Do not be swayed by it anymore. The angels are so clear right now. Archangel Ariel is like, do not be afraid of this. This is the last time this is coming up. It has to come through one more time so that we can take apart the machine. Literally, do a visualization of taking apart the machine. Don't be swayed. All back to sender. This is old stuff being undone. There has been nothing new that hit. And these people know that. They know. They know they've been cut off. I'm telling you. We're going to leave it here. This is a dark-ass message. But I pray that every single person who receives this message is protected from all dark energy. Please and thank you, Source. May my divine collective be encased and enveloped in the violet flame, in the blue clearing light, and in the white light of Source. Across all time, space, and reality, thank you. Okay, final messages. If you dealt with these people, I'm really sorry. If you were feeling like you're in this page energy, you are not, they are. Some of you are so intuitive, you're getting your wires crossed, okay? They had to stop. These people are, you know what this means. This means they can't do anything now, and this also has to do with that death card that came up. Seriously, it's coming. And there's nothing that they can do about it. This is, the angels have decreed, like spiritual court has already made their judgment on these people. You can't make it up. They're being taken care of. And the spell work is being taken care of. Any spell work that you are feeling from this group is old. It's being left behind. That's what I have for you guys. Be well. I'm sending you lots of love and peace. I'll see you in the next one.